provided all kinds of grains and all kinds of fruits for us to eat. Grass and leafy plants for wild animals to eat. What a beautiful creation it was. Our environment, our livelihood.
These children from All Saints Cathedral Primary School in Nairobi opened ARC's meeting of African faith leaders in Kenya in mid-September. 27 Christian, Muslim and Hindu faith leaders from sub-Saharan Africa met to launch their long-term commitments of action to protect the environment. These faith leaders have over 184 million followers in 11 countries. This is the first time African faith communities have come together to develop long-term plans for environmental action, with proposals to educate their imams and bishops, their school children and their faithful about caring for the planet. And doing that through their mosques, their temples and their churches, in their schools, madrasas and Sunday schools, and in their youth clubs and women's groups. And there's practical action being proposed too, from planting millions of trees, to teaching farming in schools, to training in sustainable land management. This is action and commitment on an unprecedented scale. So why work with the faiths? 90% of Africa's population describe themselves as either Christian or Muslim. And faith leaders are figures of huge influence and trust. This was recognised by the speakers at our meeting in Nairobi at the All Africa Conference of Churches.
You have the trust. Indeed, you have the trust of more people than any other national or international organizations.
So what did the faith leaders gathered in Nairobi commit themselves to, and who do they speak for? There are 27 faith groups, all with different commitments. Each group has spent the last 18 months consulting with their own communities about what their commitments and proposals should be. In each case, their plan of action has been endorsed by the highest authority in their faith groups. Here are some examples of what some of the faith groups are proposing. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church has 43.5 million followers, with 6.5 million children in Sunday schools and over 3,000 monasteries. This project to train women around key mosques in the Gombe district of central Uganda was launched last year.
We started this project to try and save the environment because our people are not sensitized. They have cut down all the trees in Gombe. They are not aware of the use of trees in preserving the environment. Whereas when we are here to sensitize them, we advise them to practice intercropping so that they leave the trees and then plant the beans underneath the trees. They don't have to cut the trees.
The Methodist Church in Kenya has 3 million members. In May of this year, 25 faith leaders from the Methodist Church took part in training in Farming God's Way, which is conservation agriculture rooted in the faith basis of caring for the land.
We've trained people to understand what the Lord says about farming. And because we are Christians, that really resonates with us and feel that we need to take care of creation. We need to take care of the way that we are farming, that it is a way that honors the Lord and glorifies Him. What do I think? That farming will be transformed across Kenya. That many people will learn to farm in a way that glorifies the Lord, and that our produce will increase. And more than that, that we will conserve our land and it will be richer rather than more spent. Thank you.
Education is a central part of the plans. We've developed an Education for Sustainable Development toolkit, integrating faith values with teaching on the environment. This already has the support of the Kenyan Ministry of Education. Through eco-schools, this teaches children about growing vegetables in school gardens, about rainwater harvesting or waste management and alternative energy. So how could this go forward? Here are some of the priorities. Promote conservation agriculture among faith communities. Support education on the environment in faith-based schools. This is partnership ready to happen. The faiths are ready with their existing structures, their organisations and their influence. They're now inviting secular partners to work with them to protect our shared environment.
In front of you are
Muslim Academy girls,
ready to present your qasida entitled
Nawwir Darbi.
We hope you enjoy. Shukran.
Ya Rab, Nawwir Darbi, Ya